I seen everybody try to turn on Ye. I'm like, y'all made that nigga like that. This nigga was making these albums and niggas was saying Ye was God. He this, he that. And then he believed it. That's what it looked like to me. He was in that state. Right. Y'all lifted him up so high. And I'm saying he could do no wrong. Now he walking around this motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all champion him to that point and then
the reality strikes.
Exactly.
And they clipped him and needed him again. You know what I'm saying? Clipped them and needed them again.
So that's what these dudes, man. That's what these dudes do, man. This game do. It'll make you think you something you not. Or
how do you avoid that trap?
Keep people around you who gonna tell you the naked truth and be honest with yourself. That mirror, the most powerful tool in life, is one of these motherfuckers right here. Is that mirror. This is where problem solving starts. And this is a whole lot of problem solving start. People don't want to go to the mirror. Like me, we grown. Niggas know what they should be doing and they shouldn't be doing. Nobody gotta tell us that. Wow. I can get up here and give a whole bunch of excuses or not. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas know what they should be doing. Like the situation with homie, like if that shit would have went bad in Buffalo for me or him. Yeah. A nigga knew that. Nigga gotta go back to that mirror. Nigga can't blame nothing. Right. People gotta go in that mirror. They don't want to start in that mirror. So when I say start in that mirror is that I know who I need to be around. I know who to listen to. I got people around me who gonna tell me straight the fuck like it is.
Your wife being number one.
Definitely her. City boy. That's my right hand man. My manager Chase. My lawyer John Jekyllek. These are people who will tell me shit. They say slick shit. They you know what I'm saying? They say what they feel.
Well, Warren, after graduation, what happened with you and Ye?
Ye started working a different way after that. He started really wanting to have like a lot of cooks in the kitchen, you know, working on one meal type, you know. Right. It'd be different if you say, all right, we'll bring these cats in, we're gonna do an Italian cuisine. Right. Okay, this day we're gonna do a Jamaican cuisine. Oh, we're gonna do Mexican cuisine. But it was just so many different. You know, you walk through the mall and food court and you might get sick because you got the wings over here and the Chick-fil-A and all them.
Yeah, all the scents.
All them scents and it's kind of with you. I don't even like entering through the food court in the mall no more. Yeah. I like going another way because me a little bit. Right. So it's kind of like, it's that whole analogy. It was just too many cooks in the kitchen on the last time. I was in Hawaii, the Dark Twisted Fantasy album. It was me, No ID. Ross was out there, Pusha. And that's when he was dating Amber back then. Everybody who you have on the album, you know, me and Bink wasn't out at the same time. I think Bink came out there after me. Right. But, and I worked on all of the lights and we had big crazy horns. I had my drums on there. But, and I woke up the next day, my drums wasn't there. It was like a whole nother beat. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, where's the other version, dude? He's like, no, man, I like these drums. I'm like, well, where them drums come from? They're from another producer. So it's kind of like, It
was getting caught.
Yeah, it changed. Yeah. I was like, okay, this how he want to produce. Cause you know, on graduation, it was.
With your pride, man.
I wouldn't even just say pride. It was a thing like, this ain't how we cook.
Bink said it's an integrity thing. Bink was very.
Because in graduation, it was like one-on-one. And then other producers might come through and work, but
it was more intimate
about what they were going to do. Right. More than them putting something on my track or me putting something on theirs. Right. Or if anything.
But the collaborative effort, like
the collaborative effort was between me and Ye during the graduation. That's what I'm saying. So I was so used to working like that and I thought that's how it was going to work. But just having so many producers, come on, man. Like now when you look at them albums now, look how many songs on there. I mean, how many names on the fucking credits or the writers. Yeah. Man, when you crunch publishing numbers, man, you ain't coming out with.
So it was about the money. It was about the money then.
Wait, hold on. You can't tell me if your name was on all the lights. You can't tell me you coming out.
Man, listen.
How much you made
all of the lights? I didn't get, honestly, man, straight up. Big John Platt was like, man, there's so many people on here, man, ain't even worth with this record.
Really?
Yeah, there was so many people. Not just a record. It was all right.
How many ways you got?
But look how many people was on there.
Right.
It was like, about 15, 20 people?
No, not just producers. We got to think about how many artists and writers was on there. Like, so We Are the World now, that might be some nice.
Right.
But when you just think about all the lights, I think, what, Paul McCartney? It was a long, ain't no telling how much he asked for. For DJ Toomp, it's Paul. And some other big artists than him. I mean, other producers, other artists that was just as well known. But yeah, them numbers didn't come up to nothing, man. Like, yeah, it wasn't the same, bro. And I know things change, but I think, when you start producing like that, this whole sound changed. It even took away from what he did, from what he does to a certain extent.
Right.
Because even with Good Life, he started off playing with the Michael Jackson sample, and I tweaked it and tuned it back to the PYT key so we could really make it a song.
Right.
So it's like that collaborative effort made more sense, but to have 4 other producers on here and get a snare from him, and like even when we did Good Life, I raised hell when he wanted to get some drums from Timbaland for Good Life. I'm like, man, this song is ready. Like,
right.
Man, I want to get some drums from Tim. I'm like, bro, I got drums all in this ASR. You've been fucking with him. What's up?
Kanye was a beat maker when I met him. A beat maker. I'm the producer. I was making better records than he was at the time. He wasn't even around when his songs was made. I think he made a video and said, I sent D.Dot the beat. Next thing you know, there's Eminem on the record. How do you produce that?
Got it.
So it's the difference between beat making and producing.
He created a fantasy for his people that he actually sat in there and him and Eminem was making this thing and he did all this shit and I sat there with holding my dick. Produced by D.Dot. Suck a dick. To all you journalists that have been running with that ghost producing shit, it's the dumbest shit I ever heard. You have to be in the room to be a producer. He was not. Ask him. Call him. He was not. You're not a producer, homie. And there was no such thing as ghosts. It happened one time. Here's the story. Kanye would send beats from Chicago. He moved to New York. Let's talk about this real quick. The Netflix joint starts off with him at a Jermaine Dupri party.
Right.
What year was that? 98. And who was he with? At the beginning, the very beginning of the thing, he's with Mace. And the dude's interviewing him, right? How the fuck is Kanye with Mace?
D.Dot.
So we skipped the first chapter of the movie.
Right.
And go right to Kanye's already with Jermaine Dupri and Mace. How? For every effect, there's what?
Cause.
A cause.
Right.
And a because. So, he moves to New Jersey. I meet his mother. He's in Jersey because of me, not because of Roc-A-Fella, to be closer to the game. Because D.Dot is schooling him on record making, not beat making. It's easy to sit in the room and send your beat out, say, I produced that. No, you didn't. You did the beat. When do instrumental albums sell? By themselves. Somebody has to go in and do the actual work. He did none of that. Ghost producing. Ridiculous statement, dumbest statement I ever heard. Now, the one time his name didn't appear was because he sent a beat pack and I was working on Nas's album. Y'all might have heard this record that came out with Nas on the streets illegal. I want to get high, high. He was rapping. I did that. But I also gave him 3 Kanye beats. And he did songs to him. And they never came out. I sat in the room with him. We did these records. Kanye's is wherever he's at. He don't even know these shit's going on. Album never comes out. A few years later, there's this album that comes out called The Lost Tapes. They don't ask for no credits. They don't call for nothing. Just produced by D.Dot. So that's the one song his name didn't appear on. And I instantly went and corrected it and called. But back then, it wasn't internet where you could just change the credits and it's changed tomorrow.
Right.
They can't change it. You got to change CD covers. You got to do all this other shit.
Right.
That was on them.
Right.
They'd pick up the phone and call me and say, what's the credits to the record?
And if
it
they,
was
if
years
they didn't ship
later.
out a new set of records,
Yeah,
then
they'd have to go through all of
there
that.
was no
And it
way
was
to-
years later, and it was called the Lost Tape. So they found Papa was a player sitting in the folder. So that's why he didn't get credit for that. Not my fault. His name is next to my name on every record we did together.
Also not
And
your
he got all his money, huh?
I said also not your intention.
And also not my intention, because I didn't even know this shit was coming out.
Right.
Right.
So they thought you produced it.
I did produce it. He did the beat. So
Right.
we produced it together. It's called a co-production, not a ghost production.
Right.
It's called co-producing.